Goodness me.
Let's see here. Let's check that everything is in the file where I left it 2 weeks ago.
Well,
Like it.
what?
Yeah, now you have super long time to prepare.
Yeah.
Most things are prepared.
That looks right, I guess.
So it's absolutely wrong by that definition.
This is going to get so confusing with like 15 attacks and many shot and crits and
Well, no, it's not confusing until the crits come in.
yeah.
You add a line that condenses the information and analyzes it by itself, by yourself.
I could probably do that, but it wouldn't
Set
work for like.
AC and it just tells you how much damage you do from how many sources.
Well, it wouldn't work with damage resistance, and sometimes the AC that is shown is not the actual AC and stuff.
That's true.
I could certainly probably get it to add up all the numbers, but
it's different because if you're using clustered shot or
make a new thing we can use, like a new
framework.
A new framework.
Yeah. Also, give it 3D graphics.
Oh yeah, sure. Why not?
You have Java, right? You can make something in there. You're pretty much an engineer.
I'm, yeah, but not a Java engineer.
A software engineer. That's you have one part. So
I'm not even a proper engineer.
you're German as well, so that counts for something.
Yeah, but that only means I can only make simulators and not frameworks.
You can make a Pathfinder simulator.
Pathfinder Simulator 2014.
Where you play people playing Pathfinder?
Yes, I will fund this project.
I try it, but I don't know. What would the gameplay be part of? Making them like roll dice.
Yeah, you have like a control panel.
You don't get
it's like
told what's going on in their game.
It's like Surgeon Simulator, but you have like a control panel, so you have to like pick up die and roll it and stuff.
I wouldn't make it like quick time events. QTE to make
press X
to roll the die before the others get annoyed that you're taking so long.
Yeah, press X to roll die.
We didn't get a level last time.
You're level 6.
Yes.
We are level 6, yes.
Yeah.
I don't think we get one. We got done last time. I think we have been.
Yeah, the one before that.
6.
That might be true. So what happened last time? Who wants to do a recap?
Well, what happened? What happened? We were exploring at the beginning, I think. We were like in a tunnel, abandoning a lizard, and then we abandoned the lizard and got through the tunnel, and then we met a snail.
Yeah.
And, we killed the snail, and then we moved down south to explore a little bit, explore some empty things, found what seemed to be an old mithril vein mine place, and some dwarven excavations. Then we returned, and we were told that something was really going on with Elinari and Vastavalt. And we went there, and Elinari got shot by real Elinari got shot by one drow, critting her with like poison. Then rolled a 1, so she was asleep for the entire fight. And then the others killed the Naga thing that had taken her appearance, and
also known as Wallenary.
Yeah, we stayed there for a little bit, and then we returned home. And I think that's where we start now. I'm not really sure what we're going to do. We're going to have a council meeting, or did we have that?
We already had the council meeting, yes. We were about to head back down beneath the upper Azafir to travel along the path of walking madness because we're fucking idiots, and that's when we stopped the last session.
Alright, so once again, the group, stand on the precipice of the jumping off point, peering down into the darkness. And yeah, that is where we pick up, unless you want to do something in Vothus before you set off.
I don't know. So the reason why we're going to go to the Path of Walking Madness is just because we don't feel like there's anywhere else to go. Is that correct?
Because there's no other way to make progress towards that massive gaping hole that leads to the possible surface with potential slaves, or at least something that we have to deal with on account of the fact that it is a massive gaping hole to the surface. There's no other way to get to that point, other than through the Path of Walking Madness, unless we squeeze back through the small tunnels taking several days, and dive back into the land of fire and doom and ooze.
No. Well, there's been no fan of doom and ooze for
Now, the path of walking madness might very well lead there anyway, as far as we fucking know.
Yeah, according to the map the Cloakers made, it very well might.
But it might circumvent some of the hell, and regardless of what anyone else thinks, the fact that there is a massive gaping hole to the surface is of some concern to all of us.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
Maybe not Trislin, she's a little slow, but everyone
Kinda-
else.
Kind of like if you had a farm, and then you discovered that there's a gaping hole right over there, down to the Underdark, you would be concerned.
It's like I built this church on top of Diablo's prison.
It's like the original Baldur's Gate with those ankegs or whatever, like
Oh, yeah.
terrorizing that farm. It's like that.
Oh no! Yes, okay.
That
I
was
hope
the
it's not
best
like
source
that.
of money.
I went there like for like
That was
third
so much
level.
money.
Like, oh,
Well,
I don't
there
want
you
to
go.
do
Maybe
main quest.
the surface here, this whole is like the best source of money ever. We're just going to first have to figure out how the fuck to get from point A to point B without getting rocks fall, everyone dies.
So Formian Metropolis. There's a large size ant people with telepathic complete hive mind connection.
No, Manikai. Let's go into here and now, okay?
All right. So the group then braves the jumping off point, climbing down, making his way down, and finding themselves again at the bottom of said chasm, looking about. Nothing really has changed over the 30-something days it took to travel back and forth to fast the vault and doing the council stuff. You're basically here, so fresh at the start of a new period.
Actually feels like it has been that long this time.
Yeah.
Fantastic, guys.
That'll be
Live simulation.
we will play
Feels
this
like-
in real time. If you rest the day, it's just gonna call it. It's just.
Alright guys, after that long climb there, I'm pretty worn out. My thin muscles are rather tuckered, so we can just
See you guys tomorrow, and we'll pick it from there.
At least we skip those part where we sleep. We don't have to sleep in game as well. Let's sit here for 12 hours and wait while characters sleep.
It's Grimith needs to go sleep now.
I've heard stories of your legendary snoring, Manikai. I'm not too interested in listening to that.
We've heard the stories or the
I've heard the snoring.
Well, I don't often talk with Dina, so I don't get a chance to hear you in action.
in the middle of the night, like at 4 or whatever, when I'm sleeping. She's not.
That's when you wake up with a scream.
Well, that's when Jonas has time to talk after he's done
Yes.
raiding.
How inconvenient.
Tell me about it. Me and Al Gore over here.
Do. I shouldn't try to move anything on this map when it contains a little bit of blackness, because
Yeah, it's
Java doesn't much care when a player attempts to do that.
freaks out. Really freaks out. Yes, you're making your way then towards the part of Walking Madness, if I understood this correctly.
Yeah, we're smart people.
Yes,
Oh, right.
Which
because
is here?
because we're adventurers. We are players who are looking to live vicariously through our characters, and the only way to do that is to do stupid things that we would never otherwise do in life.
And as a DM, I appreciate that.
Yes.
Let's go explore Afghanistan. There could be oil there.
Maybe we shouldn't.
We're perfectly safe back home, like up in the upper Azathyr.
Yeah,
I
we could
mean,
just chill out.
we could continue to consolidate our kingdom. No, Book 2 exists for a reason. We have to go find that reason. To the path.
Usually they would be like, well, that's the thing, right? Is there just some big reason we haven't discovered yet? You're like oblivious to the danger.
There is one book you forgot to read. The Observatory.
Book 1.5. We skipped that.
The Lost Pages. I don't think Fire Mountain Games has had the time to design anything else.
All the time they spend writing an errata. Look, that adds like 6 chapters.
I forgot to add the story. So here it is. Alright, the party makes its way towards the madness.
Not that we were warned about that repeatedly several times or anything. At any point.
No, not at all.
No,
At this point, it seems actually that our group, the thing we survive on, is doing the things that's so crazy that nobody else will do them.
Yes.
Yes, let's spend all our money on a mage's tower. Let's fucking
And look
take
at you
on
now.
all the-
You're rolling around in cave bees and fruit.
Yes.
Who's laughing now?
When you present it like that, that's a really good sell, Jonas. And that's really trying to sell the players on doing stupid things. Yes, I love it. Look at how well the cave bees are working. You're rolling in the build points. Yes, yes.
It's true.
I know you always wanted that cathedral. Just build it. Come on.
How about them?
It's gonna be fun.
So I'm gonna be generous enough as the chronicler and the massive man with the incredible intelligence, thanks to his awesome, totally efficient character build. I will remind you all of a message we read at our last session, located along that southeastern path there. Be warned, allies here may not be who they appear. The walking madness stalks the road between Teresia and...
Listen, Rahal.
Exactly, that's what I said.
Perfect drow. I'm impressed.
Elven Wargarble, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, the code is to say our mother's name. Like, whatever's there probably doesn't know that. So, I mean, that's an assumption, but... Elinari would probably think it was one of you if someone knew that. Or an assassin, but, you know. That's a bit far-reaching for one of those.
Yeah, out of character, there is a spell to detect if the person you use it on is following the same deity.
Yeah, there is.
So that might be useful.
You could try using that.
Is Rillinit following a Garrus? Worship her? It's not Rillinit, kill him!
Really never followed the Garrus. Uh-oh.
Really, it was
Damn
never
it,
really.
DM, spoilers!
He cast the spell! Like,
That was just Modius? Who's that?
Who's ever heard of Asmode?
we need an intervention with Rillinit. It's not working out.
Fuming. We've heard you had devils.
Simply Cyril and it.
I checked the internet browser and I saw you were surfing devil sites.
Alright, no, fucking
There's this camp close by.
Concerned mother Elinari will
I
sit
don't
down and
think
talk.
so, no.
Guys,
keep
guys,
going.
guys. Focus.
Yes. Yeah, alright. Tina is absolutely correct. Let's focus. See if I can do this. I am so shell-shocked from yesterday. Yes, the party is making... you're making your way through the tunnels. You see... nothing really much. You know, as you walk down these tunnels, you have been here before, certainly. And you stick to the roads you know. Once
Zen
you get...
is still looking for fake boulders, by the way, Jonas.
Oh, okay. Sure.
This
And
is
real
taking,
ones.
this is taking multiple days, right?
Yes, this is taking 5 days to get up here.
Alright. Then Elinari, one of these days, would like to cast an augury spell and ask, will walking the path of walking madness lead us to something good or something bad? Would it be a good idea or a bad idea to do so?
You cast this in session, you motherfucker.
Hang on.
I mean, the answers, there are like four different things. It's not one of the bad ones where he has to tell me anything. It's just like, oh yeah, it's wheel o' woe.
Yeah, augury is one of the weaker ones, but still, I think it's funny that you of all people would be like, hey,
I completely forgot. Well, let's see. It's like 75% chance of getting a correct answer. 76.
Let me roll my secret D100 then.
Yeah, I have a feeling what the answer is going to be, but
Sounds like a Macarena.
like, oh yeah, it'll be totally awesome. Like, oh,
Yeah. Candy and riches, what? You're not even supposed to give me that kind of specific, detailed answer for augury. What
yeah,
the
go
hell?
there now.
Ask again later.
Like a magic 8-ball.
Alright.
Also spend the 25 gold pieces of incense.
Incense. Yeah. I suppose
I
people
wish-
could track us just fine anyway with the dripping gore from the fucking lizard, so I suppose the incense isn't a big deal. Zin's like, the boulders could follow us down the path. Nah.
This
nah.
bowl has been following us for a kilometer now. It's like creeping along behind.
Just like slowly rolling uphill, like, wait, what?
Hey, have you ever seen SpongeBob? Boulders can be fucking fast.
Posted to your Skype, Malachi.
Oh, well, that's helpful. All right, yeah, that's what I expected.
Yes.
Try again later.
On your actually, let's see here. Sin, make me a survival check.
Sure.
The
my
modifiers
character?
are going to be off by at least from 2 to 6 points, because Zin can never understand, you know.
Let's find out, shall we?
Sheep doesn't know how tokens work.
I don't, it's true.
You can subtract 6 points of that.
Sin is very comfortable down below, and he can spot a flea, moving across a boulder, because he's looking at all the boulders, and because his keen eyes is always, looking and searching. Sin does actually notice that when you come along here, sort of begin going down this road, he sees, what in his mind at least, clear signs of a party of people passing through here quite recently.
Quite recently.
Yes.
Well, as soon as
to his estimate, maybe a few days ago or so.
What kind of footprints are they?
Boots. Also tracks that seems to be from lizards. And, yeah.
Well, then noticing this peculiar detail in particular will turn to the party and say, there have been people walking through here recently, and they had a lizard.
At least one. You would guess maybe 2 or 3. Total size of the other party, maybe 20.
Which direction?
Direction is going east.
Same as we are.
Yep.
Why would anyone else travel through this horrible place?
Where would they come from?
My best guess would be a caravan which had possibly attempted to go through to the recently caved-off passage, not knowing that it had been caved in, and so decided to loop around and head back.
Yeah, because, I mean, both this passage and this passage are collapsed. So they must have been in the system before, too.
Right, so, they're just plodding along not knowing that the path to Elven Drow Wargarbles caved in. They reach there, go, motherfucker, and they start heading back.
So it seems like a pretty good thing to stay behind them, right? Let them deal with whatever problems up there.
Yes. It's either that or this caravan somehow made it to Vothis with 0 of us recognizing that.
Like they're leaving with all the news.
Yeah. And none of us just managed, we all, rolled, fucking terrible on, our perception or know anything checks, never recognized
The
it.
caravan sitting out there when we entered.
Oh yeah, thanks for the business. Tetherqual, everyone else on the council thought we already knew.
They said it was okay.
Didn't
Told everything.
Yeah.
So wait, are they going east or coming from the east?
They're going east.
Going east.
Going east. Interesting.
They're heading up the path of Walking Madness.
They seem to be traveling to Sin's mind rather slow. Catching up to them it would be no problem for you, he would guess.
I would certainly be favorable to catching up, in part because we're fucking evil, and, if there's a target there that I'd like to make good friends with, then I wanna meet them, say hello.
We're evil, let's make friends.
Yes, friends, and, quotation marks.
I mean, what if they have wealth with them, right?
Absolutely,
Let's make friends with their wealth.
We need to... Yes, I love that. Let's make friends with their wealth. That's going to be a great euphemism for us going forward. I like it already.
I really like your money. What a compliment. Sure, we can catch up to them.
Zen is so effectively paranoid especially with his keen eyesight and his adamant, tracking of the tracks, that I would suggest he stay a significant distance ahead of us, insofar much that we can barely see him ourselves, so that he can, follow his nose and get a good eyeful of whatever's transpiring, and engage in Zen diplomacy if necessary.
I agree.
Well, sure. Well, then, of course, knows that he's the best one, and he's the only one that could properly do this, so he will.
Alright. Sin scouts ahead.
Let's make a stealth check. That's pretty good.
Well, the stealth check means that you're going to be traveling at like half fucking speed, so we're just going to quickly catch up to you, go high.
Just walk along while he sneaks 5 feet ahead of us.
Talking loudly. I assume Sin actually gets fairly close to the caravan and starts doing the sneak.
Yeah.
Certainly possible. Well, it takes a couple of hours, but by the end of the day, Sin spots the rear guard, so to speak, of the caravan. It seems to him, he even sees a little bit of light coming up front, actually, from around the bend. And as he creeps around and looks around, he sees an opening. It's like the path widens here a bit, forming a natural cave. Inside this cave, it would seem that the caravan has been tracking has made camp. He sees a couple of pack lizards in a corner. They seem to be laden with knickknacks and like boxes and wares, goods basically. There seems to be a campfire going and some food being prepared. He sees a rather extravagant tent being put up in a corner with clear drow designs like runes and jagged edges and things like that. The people moving about are also drow, to Sin's mind, of various degree of health and rank. Some of them seems quite armed and actually quite skilled at their profession. You would guess that these are the guards.
So, long shot, but how much light exactly is there? Do they have like a giant campfire that is illuminating everything, or just
no? The campfire itself is dim lighting, but then again dark vision and stuff like that.
Yeah, okay.
Makes lighting not really a problem.
So even then, the light would not extend so far that it would actually touch any of us. They could certainly see further than any light they cast.
Yeah.
Well, that's not exactly why I asked. I was like, if they are drow, why do they need light? Maybe they aren't drow. Maybe I'm just being too paranoid here.
They seem to be cooking food.
See, don't you cook? I mean, Jin's probably too paranoid. It's like, you don't make fires. It just like glowers at anyone anytime they make a fire to cook food.
I have pre-cooked everything and dried it.
He always has like 2 pounds of jerky.
He's like a little blowtorch, like he carries at his back.
Of course.
Yeah, a small salamander. He squeezes and it comes out of fire like a lighter.
Folding spade that can kill people in 3 different ways.
All right.
So that's what Sin sees.
Yeah, well, after spotting the rearguard, he then will signal to his siblings that he has indeed spotted the rearguard, and he will wait and observe, I guess.
Yeah, he's fairly hidden behind an outcropping of like stalagmites, and the guards that are guarding the entrance to the cave from the way you're coming doesn't really seem to take notice of him. There is hustle and bustle in the camp itself. Sin would count that there seems to be about 8 guards and at least 10 slaves.
Would Zin be able to recognize or at least see any like house insignia or something? Anything that would...
There is certainly an insignia on the tent. Does Sin have knowledge and ability?
No, he does not.
Alright. Then he has no idea.
But it exists. That's good enough for Zin. Well, no. But, no.
Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry.
Then, unless his siblings are signaling anything else, he will stay put for now and look at things.
I assume we're sort of a little further down, waiting for whatever you find, really.
So you aren't actually in sight range. Well, I guess then would come back.
Real will comment that this could take forever, because Zin is never sure of anything, and...
Neri half-jokingly suggests that he might already have dealt with whoever was there. Why don't we go there? Diplomatize them, as it were.
Real will nod that this is certainly a possibility.
Well, I guess eventually Zin would slowly sneak back to his siblings. Could he have remembered the insignia perhaps to draw it like in the ground or something with a stick or something? Swinger?
You can have like a piece of chalk or something and draw it.
Yeah, he'll say this is the insignia they had. They are a group of drow, it appears. Around how many were there?
He would he saw 18, but he also saw people go in and out of the fancy tent, but didn't see like any other than that didn't come out. Maybe someone lives there.
Yeah. 18 or more. One of the tents was rather extravagant.
18 or more? Like, they're not all drow, are they?
They are.
Oh.
Oh. I doubt Tristan knows what insignia does.
No, Tristan is not sure.
Sure.
Suppose I'll take a look at this crude fucking drawing that Zin has undoubtedly made, because he doesn't understand how noble crests work.
Roland takes a look at the crest, thinks to himself. He would think that this belongs to House Artheus, a quite minor house of Teresia. It is mostly concerned with trading. It's basically a merchant house. They hold no particular power in the city. Then again, they haven't really been vanquished. They are basically traders.
Roland will look at the crude drawing with chalk and say, "This is minor House Artheus of Teresia, devoted to mercantile pursuits. Understandable that they would be interested in sending caravans across the Empire."
Neri will sort of nod and say that helps us to their purpose. However, it doesn't really change what we do with them.
No, indeed, it does not. However, as elements of a minor house, if their guards were particularly well armed, we would be slightly outnumbered.
We have surprise, certainly.
Rillited tilts his head and says, "Perhaps I am unsure whether any such creatures could be surprised. It would be as if to say whether we would be surprised by danger stumbling onto us. This is a very... Well, you've seen what we faced, particularly with the cave-in."
Well, Larry frowns at the hearing about the cave-in. She looks to, especially Sin, to see what he thinks.
Zin shrugs. While we do have the surprise on them, we are indeed outnumbered. And they have guards, so surprise will not do as much as we might need it to.
Well, Larry nods. So then perhaps we should just go speak to them. I do not know what we would say, though. It seems that they would most likely know why we would be there.
Brilliant shrugs. Our business is our own. They can inquire. Any sort of lie could be devised, whether from us having passed through the caravan road shortly after its collapse, or if we have perhaps come our own as agents from Lady Sarthas of Astia.
We could just keep our distance and keep following them. Maybe eventually we'll find out what they're up to.
We could keep our distance, sure, since there is not enough room to pass them along the path.
They do travel slowly. It will slow us down quite a bit for very little gain.
It would. I would imagine that despite their increased numbers, we are significantly higher quality than they are. I do believe that we could take out sufficient groups, and as it is, they are elements of a minor house of Terisia. I am loath to continue to let them travel in peace, particularly with the extravagance it described. If they were actually a caravan heading from one major city to another, they could have great use for us. Their resources, anyway.
Culinary nods. Then it seems decided. How far up ahead are they?
Then we'll tell the party how far ahead they are. Because I don't know.
Half hour, something like that.
Oh, well, okay.
So do we all agree to just kill them all?
Zin certainly agrees.
Well, unless they surrender, we know us take them as slaves. But even then, we might just kill them.
I'm perfectly cool with anyone who surrenders to be bound up and enslaved, and we can haul them back to Vassals to make use out of them. We need extra population to come from somewhere.
You're free to work here.
You will live here and you will like it.
You will tend to the cave beast.
Take some fruit.
And you can win your freedom in half months, half year's time, yes.
But we should keep at least one of them alive so we can ask them where the hell they were going, I guess.
We're just going to Terisia to sell this stuff. Sure. Any particular... Did Elnera inquire us in then? Thinking for a moment, if she saw anyone who seemed to distinguish themselves. Anyone who seemed special. Anyone who seemed like a spellcaster or any such.
Well, they had one very extravagant tent.
Huh.
Caravan leaders probably in there.
Or house members, or whatever. Jonas, did they seem to have, like, wares with them, or just general supplies?
The lizards seem to be quite laden with different trade goods.
Okay.
You, of course, won't kill the lizard. Anything well.
Those will be a pain in the ass to get back out to Valthus on the current condition of the Great Jumping Off Point, but, you know, it could certainly be worth our time.
If they're worth it,
Yeah.
we'll find out.
Well, we have slaves. After 2 years of being in that slave pit, they've undoubtedly, like, increased their strength capabilities. I'm sure they can handle it.
Yeah, they're healthy. They're just...
Mm-hmm.
Sure, Drow slave camps doesn't, like, I don't think it's a very nice place to be. You probably have to fight to live. Or someone fight for you.
I don't know. They were singled out for special attention. I don't think the kobolds wanted a piece of them.
Kobolds come to beat
Kobolds
them
are
up for their
like,
food. You give me your food now!
This is my camp, Scrub.
It falls off.
oh, shit. Yeah. All right, then. I suppose, unless there's any dissenting opinions, let's make friends with their wealth.
Alright, yeah, that sounds like a good idea.